Hi everyone, welcome to Indie Ukulele with me, Matt Stead. In a few moments we're going to be looking at a brilliant indie track, breaking it down, and I'm going to be teaching you how to play it for ukulele. If you'd like to download the worksheets for today's lesson, you can do so by following the links in the YouTube description. They're completely free, but if you did want to contribute towards the running costs of my channel, you can either send me a virtual tip in my jar by following the PayPal link below, or there are links in the description with how you can give me a virtual high five or a virtual cup of coffee. Thank you everyone for all your support, it really does keep me going. And don't forget, click subscribe so you never miss out on a video, and if you're able to like and comment on this video as well, that would help out massively. Thanks so much. Let's take a look at today's song. Today we're going to be taking a look at Creep by Radiohead. This was their debut single released in 1992 and features on their debut album Pablo Honey. Interestingly, the harmonic structure and much of the melody is very similar to that of The Air That I Breathe by Albert Hammond. In fact, so much so that Albert Hammond and Mike Hayward get a co-writer's credit on the track. First of all, we're going to take a listen to the track. I'll play it for you and you can hear how it will sound on the ukulele, and then we'll break it down and I'll teach it to you part by part. Let's take a look. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, she's running out the door. She's running out. She'll run, 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 Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, you're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. So let's just take a quick look at the structure of this song. This song is literally the same 4 chords repeated over and over and over. And those are G major, B major, C major and C minor. Most of the song is based around the changes between the 1 and the 4 chords. That just means G and G, A, B, C. There's also a B chord in there. Now, a B chord is quite unusual in the key of G. Normally when we play a B chord in the key of G, it would be a B minor. But the reason why this song gets away with it, and in fact it makes it sound really lush, is because the B chord resolves to the C chord, the 4 chord from the key. And that creates this lovely, almost like rising tension at the start of the song, where we start on a G. Then we go to the B, and notice it just goes up half a step to this C. Now another really common thing to happen in music is for the 4 chord, C in this case, but to be turned into a minor chord. And that's exactly what happens here. After a C major, it's followed by a C minor, which really builds up the emotion behind the song. Minor chords have a dark or often a sad feel to them. These chords are definitely doable, but there are a couple of tough ones, and I'm going to give you some options with those. The first one is nice and easy. It's just a G chord, a G major, 0, 2, 3, 2 from nose to toe, straightforward. The second chord is that B chord. Now this one is your first bar chord. So this one can be quite tricky for a lot of people. Notice that I bar the chord by keeping this first finger over the 2nd fret. Then I have 2 fingers up here on the 3rd and 4th frets. Now, as I bar, notice that the top part of my finger is protruding over the top of the ukulele. That means that I'm using the bottom part of this finger to press against the strings. And really, I only need to cover these bottom 2 strings here. The reason I do that is that the strongest part of my finger is down here rather than up here. So it's a really useful way to make that bar chord come out cleanly. Notice another thing, my fingers are all really close to the metal frets to the right. They're not back here, they're over here. Again, that makes it easier to press down, so it just makes things easier on you. Another thing you can think about is the thumb position. Rather than just having the thumb directly behind the index finger, try moving it slightly to the left so that it just kind of applies pressure over 4 fingers rather than just a pinch here. Or some people even find if they take it to the right of the index finger over here, and they have a twisting motion like this, it forces the left hand side of this index finger against the strings, giving you a nice clean chord. Of course, you can also play this one this way, so we can use the first finger to just bar the bottom 2 strings of the 2nd fret. That is perfectly valid and perfectly good as well. Notice if you are doing this that all of my fingers in fact are kind of pointed diagonal. They're not straight like this, they're at a slight angle, and that allows you to reach that little bit further and also allows you to keep a nice circle so that you can see the daylight between my thumb and my fingers. If I let that daylight close, it forces my fingers to flatten down, and then we'll get this horrible sound. So that's what we're aiming at. On the worksheet, you'll also notice that there's another kind of alternative chord you can do here for the B. I'll sometimes play this as a B major 7. That just means we're doing 4, 3, 2 and off, no finger on the A string. It's got a slightly more exotic sound, but I actually think it sounds really nice in this one. Have a listen. underneath gives it a nice contrast, doesn't it? So that could be a nice option that you want to try whether you're struggling or not. But if you're struggling with the bar chords, definitely it's worth trying. The next chord is really interesting. We go up half a step. That just means from this B chord to a C, we could just play a C down here as we would normally. But because we're at this bar chord here for this B, notice all we need to do is shift that one over and that becomes a C. So B major, C major. And that's really lovely because you get that kind of rising tension as the chord shifts up half a pitch, which is really nice. But again, if you're struggling with these bar chords, if they're making your hands ache or you're finding them a bit difficult, you could play a normal C for that one as well. And then finally we have the C minor. This is nice and easy. We just use one finger. I'll often use my third finger to create a C minor, barring across the bottom 3 strings of the 3rd fret. Because I've come from all the way up here for the B chord, I actually find it easier in this case to use my index finger to create the bar because it's just less of a movement. The way these chords fit together in terms of measures, how long you play them for, is really easy as well. We have 2 measures of every chord. This song is in 4/4 or common time. That just means we could strum down 4 times simply, just to get the timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For each part of this song, notice that I did something slightly different each time to kind of add interest and dynamics to the piece. So the first thing I did was a picking pattern. This is a really simple picking pattern. You can see it in the diagram over here, or you can have a look at your own sheets as well. But I'll explain it to you. It's really nice and simple. Notice incidentally that when I pick this, that my arm is coming over the top of my ukulele. There's a nice arch between my arm and the ukulele, so I'm not muffling the sound and I'm keeping a nice clear arch there coming down onto the strings. And my fingers are at a 45-degree angle to the ukulele. They're not like this. They're not like this, they're at 45. It's the most natural way to finger pick, I find. Also notice that the ukulele is at a 45-degree angle up here, which makes those bar chords much easier. If I do it like this, it's a really awkward arm position, but 45 keeps everything nice and simple. I'm just going to show you using a G chord on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to pick the following strings. We're going to pick the G string, the E string, 3rd one down, then the C string, 2nd one down, and the A string down the bottom. So that's G, E, C, A in terms of the strings. If you like to think of them as 1, 2, 3, 4, this one is going to be 4, 2, 3, 1. And we just keep that going round and round. Now you can just use 2 fingers for this. You could just use your thumb and your index finger. G, E, C, A, G, E, C, A. That's a nice way to do it. Notice that my fingers just curl up under the hand, but stay nearby the strings when they're done. I tend to use my thumb and my middle finger for this. And then on the A string, I use my 3rd finger, but whatever feels most comfortable for you. Let's just practice that round slowly. And let's build the speed up. And we just keep that going round and round. If you're not sure and you're not able to finger pick this bit, just strum along. That'd be absolutely fine. Now the important thing is not to leave big gaps when you're changing between chords. You don't want that to happen because it will just destroy your flow. So what I'm going to say is I want to give you permission to go wrong. If you have a change of chords and these fingers aren't ready, just keep the picking pattern going, know what? So you might make a bit of a mistake like this. Notice the first couple of notes my hand wasn't in place, but it's really important to become like a metronome with this right hand so it keeps it going. Let's try one verse with that picking pattern. Come in on 4 of before. I'll just give you an example. When you're here before. Yeah, you hit it on that one. Let's have a go. When you're here before. Couldn't look you in the eye. Good. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. Good. You notice I changed the words to very there. There is an alternative beginning with F. You're perfectly welcome to sing that way if you like. At the end of the verses, I like to have a quick, short, sharp, stabbed strum. If you want to do that, kind of a la Johnny Greenwood, he does it on guitar, doesn't he? All I do is once I've picked the C minor, what I do is I just strum down with quite a bit of force with my nails, holding a C, C minor even, and then as soon as I've done it, I release the pressure of this finger here. So it gives it a bit of a muted sound, as opposed to, either will work, but I just like the kind of muted sound. After that, we're straight into the chorus, and I like to strum that with my nails because we want to create some drama and some volume here. Now, I'm not massively into strum patterns. Those of you who have followed my beginners course will know that I think strum patterns can make people go tense and it can kind of ruin the feel. But I'm going to allow you to create your own here using a really simple device. First of all, let's just try it on a G chord. I want you just to strum down on every on and off beat. That means strumming 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Notice I'm just doing down strums with my nails. Then if you want to kind of make it slightly more sophisticated, notice we're always coming up and down. It's just that we're strumming on the down, right? Down, 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 down. So at any point, if we want to thicken the strum up, we don't need to change the speed of this hand. We just need to touch the strings on the way up. Notice that my right hand isn't going faster or slower. It's just sometimes I'm just doing down strums. Sometimes I'm touching on the way up as well. Have a bit of an experiment with that, and it can add a bit of thickness to it. The way I do it is something similar to down, 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 up, down, 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 up. But then when I get a bit more excited, hear that? I'll add a few more up strums. And sometimes strumming can be that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't worry about thinking, am I on an up or a down? Just keep strumming those straight eights, we call them, down strums. Then anytime you feel you can, just touch up on the way up as well. And that gives a real boost for the chorus. For the second verse, I like to mellow things out again. We've given it a real punch, loads of drama in the chorus, building up from the verse. So let's bring it back down again. What I like to do is continue doing those straight eights, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but I use the pad of my thumb and I strum actually past where the body of the ukulele meets the neck, a little bit higher, to give a real warmth and mellowness. I don't care if it hurts. Notice how that brings everything back down. I wanna have control. Gives it a little bit of light and shade. I want a perfect body from the chorus. I want a perfect soul. Keep that going if you want to join in. Here comes that G. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special. And then if you want, we can have another one of those punchy chords, which takes us into the next chorus, using our nails again. But I'm a creep. Really give us some welly now. That means push hard. I'm a widow. There's our dynamics. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Notice now it goes this really high bit. This is quite hard to sing with falsetto, so I hope I didn't break any windows. When I get to this bit, as well as doing the falsetto vocals, I'm also adding way more upstrums. And notice that that increases the drama, right? I don't belong here. Oh, she's running out the door. Really give us some welly. Build up that sense of drama there, can't you? And then that really just keeps going. Run! And we do another round where we're just strumming. Then that leads us to the last verse, which is kind of an outro as well, because it involves a little bit of the chorus. Still the same chords, but to bring everything right back down again, I like to go back to my picking pattern. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. This is a really common thing, isn't it, in indie songs, to bring it back down. You're so very special. I wish I was special. Really bring it down here. You could even slow down. I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Then we sing one of those more on the G. I don't belong here. And notice that song has really, it's reached that massive peak, hasn't it, in that bridge, and then it's come right back down again, which is a lovely way to end it. That's it. It's that simple. 4 chords and the truth. Was it Woody Guthrie? I think he used to say 3 chords and the truth, isn't it? Really simple. And if we just played those 4 chords round and round the same way every time, it'd be quite boring, wouldn't it? And that's what I really want to develop in your playing. As you're playing through these indie pieces, really try and add those dynamics. When we go to those peaks, really try and make them peak by pushing extra hard and thickening up your strum. And then when we go for those lows, we'll bring it right back down with some really gentle picking. But have an experiment, make it your own. You could try picking on alternate verses, you could try different picking patterns, different strumming patterns. Make it your own, but most of all just have loads and loads of fun with it. Let's just finish off with one more playthrough so you can practice everything you've learned. Should we give it a go? Come on, you can do this. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, oh, she's running out the door. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I certainly did. If you'd like to find out more about my teaching, and if you'd like to learn more of these indie songs or any other type of ukulele songs, take a look at my website mattsteadukulele.com. The whole indie ukulele playlist will be here. There's going to be many more of these to come, but you can also find all my other courses. I have sequential courses to take you through one step at a time: beginner's ukulele, intermediate ukulele, next steps ukulele, playing up the dusty end, and uke theory, which is all about music theory on your ukulele. And you'll also find information there about my Canacapella sessions, which is where we play live together every Monday evening, and every other Wednesday I have a live event as well, so you can learn all about it there, mattsteadukulele.com. Again, if you've enjoyed this and you'd like to contribute towards the running costs, it really does help me to keep everything going. You can give me a virtual tip in my jar here at my PayPal account, or you can follow the links in the description where you can give me a high five or a virtual cup of coffee, and they do turn into real cups of coffee, I absolutely promise. And don't forget to click subscribe so you know when the next video is, and if you can, like and leave a comment, that would be fantastic. I also have a Facebook group where lots of my students, whether they be YouTube students or physical students, get together and share ideas, share videos. It's a really warm, welcoming space, and the links to that are in the description as well. For now, I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care everyone, and Yukon.